For me, fashion is lifestyle. Fashion is a way of expressing who you are. You tell stories through fashion. What you believe in, what you stand for, what you do, what class of society you belong to. For me personally, fashion is freedom, fashion is art, fashion is very individual. It's all about myself, it's very personal. My name is Ayo and I am the creative director for Ayo Van Elmar, the fashion brand. This is TAILOR Tales on Prime. So, I come from a very big family. I'm the first on my mother's side and the ninth on my father's side. So I grew up with a lot of older siblings, obviously, and everyone was a chartered accountant, a biochemist, an engineer. So for me, it went without saying that I had to fall in line, you know, something that is not artsy, that is not fashion. So for the first time, I actually went ahead and I studied nutrition. So I'm a certified nutritionist. I moved to Vienna when I was 18. Or 17, somewhere thereabout. And then I studied nutrition for 5 years. It was a very thorough program. And then I graduated. I worked in a hospital for a bit, and then I realized, no, I'm still not going to do this, because I've been working a lot in the fashion industry as a model. I'd worked a lot with a lot of photographers, and I think all of that sort of influenced me and get me in the line of choosing fashion as an art, because I could have gone into, you know, maybe architecture, maybe painting, maybe stage design, graphic and art. You know, there were so many options at the University, but because I'd done so much in fashion, I think it was very easy for me to just automatically choose that as an art and go study that. So I started studying fashion and at the University of Applied Arts in Vienna, and again, it's another 5-year program, and you know, it wasn't exactly a journey so far. So whether my parents were supportive when I told them that I wanted to study fashion, they actually were quite indifferent. You know, if I had known that they were going to be that indifferent, I would have not gone to study nutrition at all. I just would have gone into fashion, but I just assumed that because all my older siblings were, you know, into sciences, into economics, banking and all that, that they were going to expect me to do the same. So when I told them and they were like, yeah, fine, it's all right, yeah, like, do whatever you want. It's like, oh no, my God, if I had known, I would have, you know, at that time I used to think it was a waste. Like, what a waste of time. 5 years in nutrition, I could have done something else. But hey, I'm happy that I did, and it's been of great value. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to start the fashion cafe if I didn't have that much knowledge of food and nutrition anyway. So knowledge is never lost, it's never lost. And I could barely find my way. Yes, I've absolutely made the right decision. I think the best thing for me was finding an institution where I could study fashion. That was one of the most influential decisions I've made throughout my lifetime so far. Getting admitted into the University of Applied Arts was like the epic of studying fashion for me. It was just because it's not so easy to get in. They only admit like 5 to 8 students per year. And so, yeah, that was a great decision. I'm glad I did, because I could just have started doing fashion. I don't believe that every artist has to get an educational background in that field, but if you have the opportunity and you get the chance to, why not? And I wanted to, so I'm very happy. Yes, I definitely made the right decision, and I couldn't imagine being anything else but a fashion designer. I mean, yes, probably a certified nutritionist and helping people with their lifestyles and their feeding habits and stuff, but I mean, there's nothing as great as fusing the two lifestyles that you've mastered so well together under one space, which is what the fashion cafe is about. So I think it couldn't have been a better decision. It's just brilliant. Ayo Van Elmar is an eternal global brand. We're aspiring to be a global household that provides you with literally everything and not just fashion. So it means that the brand is got really big dreams. We're going to offer you everything from kitchenware to beddings to what you need in your bathrooms to curtains. So literally everything, and that does take a lot of time. So it's not something that's going to happen in a decade. So that's why I always say that it's a global brand. It's very cosmopolitan. It's very liberal. It's open-minded. We focus on a lot of customer service. We want our customers to be very happy. Our values are very African-oriented. It means that we want to grow Africa. We want to support this continent. We want to bring jobs back here. We want to have industries and factories in Nigeria. So Ayo Van Elmar is, even though it's an Afro-European brand, it's not just African, it's not just European. It has a lot of roots here, and we definitely want to grow from here, and we're surely building a global brand. Sourcing for fabrics for a collection, for me personally, is one of the most exciting process in the creation of a collection. Just like the brand is Afro-European, sourcing for fabrics for me is also very Afro-European. I have fabrics that I bought at trade fairs in Germany, in Italy. I buy them when I travel. I buy them online and they sent to my home in Vienna. And then I also buy fabrics locally here in the Nigerian market. I love to buy ashoke and travel to go get that. I love adire. So it depends on what I'm doing. So sourcing for fabrics for me is very multifaceted. It might be from here, it might be from Europe. If it's fabrics that I love and they look great, I'm just gonna buy them. Yeah.
Hope mama's doing okay.
So what you should expect from Ayo Van Elmar in the future, our dreams are so great and so wide, like it almost sounds unreasonable. You should expect to see more of Ayo Van Elmar stores, not just in Africa. We mean literally around the world, whether it's Europe, whether it's South America, whether it's Asia. That's the big dream, and that will definitely be happening in the future. So look out for that. You might just be on holiday and you might just run into an Ayo Van Elmar store, and you're going to be like, hey, I know those guys from Lagos, because this is our first flagship store and we haven't even started.
Forgive me, Father,
when I'm not designing, what I do for fun, it's great to be in Lagos. I love going to the beach. I go to the beach like almost every weekend, every Saturday or every Sunday. I try to go to the beach because that's the only way I find myself able to relax and just tune off, and there's usually very bad connection, so it's just great because sometimes I just intentionally leave my phone behind. I'm learning to surf in Lagos. It's exciting. It's really, really interesting. You wouldn't think that, right? I'm learning to surf. I want to learn how to box this year, so I'm looking forward to doing that too. So I love to do sports. I love going to the beach. So those are the major things that I do. Like, I love stage plays. I love theaters. I love watching plays. So I go to Muson Center a lot. I love being at the Muson Center. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do when I'm not working on a collection. I think the Nigerian fashion industry is, on the one hand, it's really, really growing, and I love the fact that people are beginning to buy Nigerian designs and, you know, support Nigerian designers. I love the fact that we're getting to a point where you look at an item and it looks so international. It could be from anywhere, and then you discover, oh, it's a Nigerian design and it was made here in Nigeria. So I think we've really shifted from not buying Nigerian fashion, from traveling and being like, oh, I'm just going to buy everything I need in America and everything I need in London. I'm not going to shop in Nigeria. I love the fact that that has changed, and that's on the one hand. On the other hand, we have a really, really long way to go. If we really want to be able to compete on an international level, a whole lot of things will have to change. And I mean, from being able to manufacture at reasonable prices, from being able to put together fashion weeks that are very proper, that start on time, that are very orderly, that are very on point, you know. There are a lot of things that will have to change before Nigeria really does make an impact on the global map, you know, because it's one thing to be written about in the Vogue magazine or any magazine, and it's another thing to really, really make a solid impact that is, you know, that really goes a long way when we begin to sell to foreigners, when it's not just about Nigerian brands and Nigerian people buying Nigerian brands, when we begin to, you know, be next to major stores in Paris, in Milan, in Florence, and it's a Nigerian household brand, then we've really made it.
Forgive me, Father, but I gotta take a chance. Oh, I'm already gone, so just pray for me. Hello, Daddy, how you doing?
So this is my advice to upcoming or young designers. I always say that it's very, very important to get knowledge. It's very, very important to go work for a designer that you admire. Just work with them. And please, please don't think that the fashion industry is just about glam and it's just about going out and it's just about being on TV and being on camera and being on the red carpet. You know, it's way more than that. That's all the rosy part that you see out there. There's a lot to it that met the eye. There's so much that happens in the background, behind the scenes that you do not see. So it's really, really hard work. So first of all, you have to be very, very sure that it's what you want to do. Do you really want to do it because you want to become, can you imagine being a fashion designer for the rest of your life and designing collection after collection, year after year? So you need to make that decision first. Is this something that you really want to do? And it's not just, oh, everybody's a makeup artist and I'm going to do it because I'm going to make money. Because, hey, you're not going to make money in the first couple of years. It doesn't work that way. So the only thing that will keep you going is the passion. You have to be really passionate about it. It has to be completely, absolutely what you want to do, like all the way, regardless of any kind of obstacle. So you need to make that decision and be very, very sure, be very convinced within your spirit that it's what you want to do. And then make sure you go get knowledge. So if it means you don't have to go study, there are great designers who didn't study fashion. You don't have to go study, but you have to get knowledge. You have to, it's either you dedicate a lot of time to read and just educate yourself, because some people learn a lot like that by just watching what other people do. Some people learn a lot by just buying a lot of fashion books and cutting out the patterns and just, you know, being creative. So whichever way it is that you want to choose to learn. For me, the best way is to work with a fashion designer and to just do everything that you need to do. It's going to be tough, but hey, that's what the industry is like. It's not as rosy as you think. So think about your favorite designers and see if you can get to intern. If they don't even offer to pay you, just do it. If you can get support from your parents, from your relatives, your family members, then get that support and just do it for a period of time. And if you really, really do a great job, I guess that designer would probably decide to hire you or retain you for another period. So it's not going to be like an everlasting season of not getting paid. It probably will be maximum 6 months. So if you want to do that, just do that. Go ahead and go for it. But knowledge is very, very key, and you have to be very sure that that's what you want to do.
You could get broken, no, you're just a little boy, and you may never find your...
My name is Ayo Olaogun. I'm the creative director of the fashion brand Ayo Van Elmar, and keep watching Tailor Tales on Prime.